Sometimes it feels like I'm drowning in the dark. Sometimes it feels like I'm getting nowhere. Sometimes it feels like I'm drowning in the dark. Sometimes I feel like giving up, reach out to no.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Dead Noise. I'm Chris, and today I am with the rapper Aku No Heavy from Wilmington, North Carolina. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here. Thanks, you guys, for having me on.
Of course. So, by the time this interview gets released, you'll have released a new single called Killstreak with Nxxses, and it's part of a collaborative EP that you guys are doing together. What can you tell me about that project?
Actually, Nxxses hit me up. He wanted to do an EP, a collaborative EP on the spot, that's out of my comfort zone. But I was willing to entertain the idea, so I recorded the whole thing, me and him, and obviously somebody else is engineering it. But he just hit me up for that project, and he's from South Carolina, so the whole EP name is Carolina Killstreak, but Killstreak will be the lead single off the EP.
And as far as the tracks themselves go, is it like a split EP where you have 2 songs of your own, he has 2 songs of his own, or are you guys collaborating on every single track?
It's actually 5 songs. We're both on every track, and there's 2 tracks with additional features as well. One track has 4 total artists on it, so it's called Legion, fittingly. But every track has me and him. We try to do a balance. So it wasn't me doing a hook and a verse on every song to try to switch it up, let him do some hooks and verses. So every song's not 50-50, but overall I think it's pretty close across the 5 songs.
Okay. Now, we're primarily a rock and metal show. We kind of cover that style of music. You do trap metal, and that kind of fits in the vein like nu metal's making a big comeback. How would you describe trap metal? And for you, as far as inspirations go, which genre came first for you?
Oh, trap metal, man. I call it hype music. Mosh rap, scream rap. It goes by a bunch of different names. Some people call it shadow rap even, like if you're talking like Suicide Boys. Yeah. Some people would group me in with that stuff. But personally, metal came first. I actually did metal for 10 or 12 years before I started rapping. And I started rapping because basically I got tired of relying on 3 or 4 other guys. Yeah. Anybody in a band can relate to that. Now I can just buy music and write it, and alter it to my own fitting. There's no ego tripping, nothing like that. I can just lock myself in the room, man, and do it alone. That's pretty much how this all came about.
And with the live environment, do you prefer not having to rely on 3 or 4 other people to hype up the crowd? Because I know it's a very different dynamic with rock and rap from a live show perspective. What do you like about rapping for an audience as opposed to how it was for you as a rock frontman?
There's a lot of differences to be noted. One thing, like if you got 4 metal bands on a lineup, there's 20 guys at the venue already. Yep. So having 4 rappers or 6 or 8 rappers, it's still only 6 or 8 people, there. Having 3 or 4 guys beside you to carry the energy is great, and you see some rappers having hype men to have that same effect. That doesn't bother me. I try to do the best as I can to be a front man with or without a band behind me. I just try to raise the energy in the room. I'm not, that's the best way I could put it. I just try to level up the energy in the room when I perform.
Well, as you say, you make hype music, so you got to hype the crowd up.
Exactly.
Now, creatively, what's your writing and recording process like? Do you find a beat first and then write lyrics around that, or do you have lyrics first? Is it a mix of both?
Generally, it's beat first. It is beat first. I try to vibe with the sound and then come up with the general subject. But that's not to say some of my I got a few songs that I had written the lines to different beats and then settled on an alternate beat and was like, I got to keep the words, man. So we got to make it fit, Give a little, take a little, give a little. What is it? Give a little, get a little?
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Now, aside from this EP with Nxxses you have in the works, you've got some other things in the fire. I understand there's a project called Kaiju that you've got coming soon. What kind of update can you give fans on the studio and the live show front?
Okay, Kaiju It's been in the works for a while. That tends to be my style because I'm a perfectionist. But it's the 6 songs. Half of them are really hype trap metal influenced, and the other half are hyper pop, kind of Japanese influence, kind of straying from my normal style. But that's also where the name Kaiju comes from. Yep. But actually, next week I have a little 3-day rager in support of this 2-song drop. Me and my buddy XO Mariano are dropping, called Diamonds and Death Wishes. So in terms of live, after tonight's show, that will be the next push, and then Kaiju will probably come in autumn. Okay. If I'm being realistic with myself.
You can never plan too far ahead when it comes to stuff like that, because I'm a perfectionist too, so I know how you feel.
I've been pushing it, man. I've already been pushing it for 6 months, and we got 6 more to go.
See, I see your Instagram bio. It says Kaiju coming soon, and as a fan, I'm always like, okay, how soon?
Supposed to be May. That's soon.
Oh.
Yesterday.
Well, it's June now, so.
Yeah, so now we're hoping for autumn. If I can get it done in autumn, I'll be happy, especially with like sprinkling Carolina Killstreak and Diamonds and Death Wishes there in the meantime to kind of retain engagement before, so there's no major lulls. But I have dropped Bile off of Kaiju so far. Okay. That's the last single I dropped before this Friday. Yep. But that is a Kaiju single. That is the lead single off Kaiju.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, lastly, before I let you go, we are now at my favorite part of every interview, and that is a speed round. So I've got 10 questions, and I don't remember them off the top of my head, so I have my phone.
Fire them off.
So, yeah, you can just say the first thing that comes to your mind, or you can elaborate, whatever you want.
Okay.
Favorite song to play live?
Oh, in Caskey.
Favorite city to play in?
Probably Wilmington, my hometown. Everybody shows love.
The band, artist, or song that made you want to become a musician?
I'm going to say As I Lay Dying on a master craftsmanship.
Okay. The one band or artist that you want to collaborate with the most?
So Smoothlaw, probably. He's half a City Morgue. I get compared to them a lot, so I think we could kill it.
Favorite tour memory?
Probably getting geeked up in the woods till like 5 a.m. and outside of Chapel Hill. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, man. What happens in Chapel Hill stays in Chapel Hill.
We try to leave it there.
Most embarrassing moment on stage?
Oh, man. Honestly, I did a really bad cover of Drive by Incubus one time, and it fucking haunts me. Jesus. It was acoustic. It fucking haunts me to this day. Like, it was horrible.
That's such a hard song to do.
I was fucking drunk.
I've seen a couple horrendous covers of that from sober people, so if that's any consolation.
It's not.
Your dream tour lineup?
Oh, man, I really don't care. I'd probably take some homies on tour and have City Morgue headline just because, like, the vibe would be right.
A place you haven't performed yet that you really want to?
Texas. It's a great spot for trap metal.
It's a great spot for music. Your favorite thing to do outside of music?
Be a dad. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
For real, though.
Yeah.
It gives me life.
And lastly, the song you wrote that means the most to you?
We'll probably have to double back and settle in Caspia. It's got the harshes, the cleans, the singing. It's got a lot of meaning to me.
That's my favorite song you've put out, so that's perfect.
Hey, I'll be playing it tonight.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, just like that was everything I had for you. That went by pretty fast.
Hey, I appreciate you guys again. Chris, right?
Yes. Thank you so much for the time, man.
Hey, man, thank you. It was a surprise to me.
You and me both. And until the next one, stay tuned, stay scared, and I'll catch you later.